Hi, I'm doing a tag response for the awesome, fantastic Dave Nicholson, Axmoose. This is his last Saturday's tag. As per usual, there are 10 questions. So, moving on to number 1. What's your claim to fame? What's my claim to fame? I don't have one. No, I do not. No. I don't really get how anybody can say claim to fame when no. Anyway, moving on. What's something you like to do the old-fashioned way? Very good question. Old-fashioned way. I always say everything that I do is old-fashioned. I've been brought up, my own opinion, I've been brought up properly to respect elders, where some of the youngsters nowadays do not respect their elders. So I say that could be one old-fashioned way. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Moving on. What's your favourite genre of book or movie? I'm sorry, but I do not have one. The movies that I like to watch is horrors. Also whodunits, murder mysteries. But actually a book, I don't read books, no. Because when I did have books to read, after the first chapter I just closed the book. I never ever picked it up again, so no. Anyway, moving on. How often do you people watch? When I was younger, in my 20s, 30s, I used to go into town, I used to sit down and eat a pasty or have a coffee. Used to sit down in the town. I used to people watched sort of the way how they walk, and back then I was amazed, and I am actually amazed now when you get two people walking together and they're holding hands, or the woman is the hand is on the arm of the gentleman. I always thought that was romantic, and actually I still do. Yeah. Moving on. What have you only recently formed an opinion about? I don't form opinions. I'm one of those roughly who just likes to be sort of like in the background and don't voice of opinion, because it works out every time when I put my opinion to somebody. I don't know, it always ends up in a bloody argument, and I'm fed up of having arguments, so I just go with the flow, and don't have my own opinion. No, so that's that. Anyway, moving on. What's the best single day on the calendar? Sundays. I'm going to go with Sundays because simple reasons is, you know, there is no bills coming through that bloody door on a Sunday. 6 days a week you could get a bill, but on Sundays, no postman. Nah. Brilliant. Anyway, moving on. What are you interested in that most people hasn't heard of? Even though I keep mentioning it, But there are people in this country, England, up north and places like that, who has never heard of Somerset carnivals, the Seven Circuits, in November. Nobody, there's quite a lot of people, you'd be surprised, there's a lot of people who don't realise the Somerset Carnival here and what's it all about. No, I know. Anyway, moving on. How do you relax after a hard day at work? I usually just sit down in a chair, put the telly on. Simba sits behind me with his head around on my lap. Just watching a few films. That's how I relax of an evening or at night. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. What was the best book or series that you've ever read? I don't read books. As I said before, usually by the time I get to chapter 1, I just don't want to read no more. I know there is murder mystery books out there, Agatha Christie's, which I had quite a few of her books, but really matter of speaking, I never finished reading the books. No. But really matter of speaking, a series, I'm going to go with Agatha Christie's Poirot, because even though they've done many murder mystery films, they also did our shows as well. And also I like Columbo. I like Murder, She Wrote. I also like Fearer, what's on telly series now. I could go on and on and on. Midsummer Night Murders is another one, but I like all those. Yeah, like I said, I've tried to work out who's the one that's murdered the person before, and 9 times out of 10 I do get it right, but there's occasionally that I do get it wrong. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to number 10 and last. What's the furthest you've ever been from home? America. When I went to see Melinda and her family. Been over there twice, so America. Yeah. Anyway, Dave, there's your last Saturday's tag done. Thank you for watching. God bless. Take care.